Ever just take a risk? Just see a game on the shelf and know it was going to be awesome, without any idea what you're in for or what anyone else thinks of it? Twice this has happened to me, once with the stellar Valkyria Chronicles, and then again for the subject of today's video, Darksiders. In this case, it was the box art that did it for me. Look at this thing. It's like it was tailor-made for metalheads like me, grabbing the imagination and never letting go. From the silhouette on the front to war charging forward on the back, the horseman cometh emblazoned at the top. The moment I saw this, I was done. Much like Valkyria Chronicles before it, I don't regret that purchase at all. This bad boy came home with me and went straight into the console, consuming all my time from start to finish. When's the last time a modern game did that for you? Released for Xbox 360 and PS3 in January of 2010, Darksiders had stiff competition from the get-go. Developed by Vigil Games, a fairly fresh games company under THQ, Darksiders not only had to establish itself as a new IP, it was also competing with some of the strongest series of the console generation. 2009 ended with an absolute explosion. Halo, ODST, Uncharted 2, Borderlands, Assassin's Creed 2, and BioWare's masterpiece Dragon Age Origins, and scheduled for the same month, Mass Effect 2. Darksiders was sandwiched between two of the greatest RPGs of their console generation and still managed to come out swinging. Within the first 4 weeks of release, 1.2 million copies were shipped to retailers, making for a strong opening month for one of the first new IPs THQ backed. For its story, Darksiders goes hard from the get-go. Featuring one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, players take on the mantle of war, who arrives on Earth for the end wars, having heard the call. Angels battle demons and humanity is caught in the middle. Finding himself alone, he falls to the demon Straga and is reborn before the Charred Council, who charge him with causing the end war early. After 1,000 years of punishment, he is ordered back to Earth to discover the truth and put an end to the Destroyer's reign. The visuals for Darksiders are amazing. It leans heavily into the comic book style of Vigil founder Joe Mad, who designed most of the characters and settings himself. Even some of the cutscenes adopt a comic panel style, which works well with the overall vibe of the game. Post-apocalypse Earth is rendered beautifully, from the remains of old cities where angels and demons still brawl to quieter outer edge zones which nature has started to reclaim. Each area is distinct in its own right. As for character designs, they are nothing short of brilliant, as one would expect of a comic artist. War himself is full of small, interesting details, from his asymmetrical armor to the trophies of post-battles. It gives him a storied appearance. Other standouts include Volgrim, whose thin, weaselly appearance fits well for a demonic trader, and of course Prince of Hell Samael, whose inverted wings and armored form make for a striking figure. Never mind Vernon Wells' performance lending pure power to each word.
Are you here to play execution? They should have sent all four of you.
Gameplay is a mix of Zelda and Devil May Cry, taking a hard look at what Sony did with God of War. It has strong elements of exploration, rewarding curious players with souls, health and wrath boosters, abyssal armor pieces and passive skills for those who look deep enough. Exploration is staged behind unlocks, each increasing how far you can explore and rewarding you for going back to see what's behind that pesky white stone wall you couldn't break the first time. Ever seen a treasure chest get punched in the face? Well, here it is. War hasn't seen a problem he can't hit hard enough to solve itself. From walls to treasure to bosses, they all feel the righteous wrath of his oversized fist. Speaking of bosses, they're grand affairs, pitting war against a larger-than-life demonic creature, featuring new items and mechanics to defeat. Most of them are great, at the exception of the Stygian, which is a mercifully short, if rather plain, fight. The horse mechanics are interesting. Ruin lends a heavy, powerful feel to war as he increases your attack and speed while riding. He also plays a part in a few boss fights, which is fitting, seeing as you are a horseman of the apocalypse. Puzzles are pretty good, requiring thought and exploration without being too frustrating. I think only one or two really stumped me this time around, but having said that, this is my third playthrough of the game. The voice cast includes some absolute juggernauts of the craft. Film buffs will recognise the aforementioned Vernon Wells, as well as Phil Lamar of Pulp Fiction fame.
You wound me, horseman. I would never come between you and your friend Samael.
Liam O'Brien voices War, lending a thick, gravelly tone to the title character, and the legend himself, Mark Hamill, appears to voice the Watcher, War's jailer and Shard Council stooge.
What the hell do you think you're doing, Samael?
Tell him, Watcher, how you stifle the Horseman's true power in order to keep him on the Council's leash. War, destroy this parasite.
You so much as blink at me, and the Council will end you, both of you. I'm protected.
Not in here.
Darksiders released a solid critical and player review, managing an 83 on Metacritic with a user score of 7.8. Sales numbers are a little harder to find, with some stating close to 3.5 million. What we do know is that THQ was very happy with the launch and subsequent performance of the game. They labelled it as amongst their top tier of first-party games. So, 15 years later, how does Darksiders hold up? Damn well, actually. The art style is still great, the story still plays out well, and the gameplay is still fun. It comes off as a labour of love, a bunch of great ideas by a fresh studio who didn't have a good reason to say no. At around 15 to 20 hours for a full playthrough, it's not that time heavy either. It still feels fresh and interesting when the final boss appears, and that damn ending. I've waited almost 15 years to get the next piece of this story.
You will be hunted. The White City for certain. The Council. And there will be others. You would wage this war alone?
No. Not alone.